Hey everyone, happy September. Back in July, 2 months ago, we talked about inflation pressures. We quoted a Bloomberg article that quoted Doug King, a commodity portfolio manager, and he talked about how it was a structural inflation shock. And we mentioned, in the highlighted part you can see here, that the ProShares Ultra Bloomberg Natural Gas ETF, symbol BOIL, was one of our system's top 10 names that Friday, being, I think that was July 2nd. So since then, we go ahead and take a look at the Yahoo app. July 2nd, BOIL was, July 1st. July 2nd, the market was closed. BOIL was at $35.52. And yesterday, September 2nd, it was at $55.44. So it was up about 53% over that time frame. If you bought BOIL when we wrote about it, congratulations, you've got a nice gain. But you may want to add some downside protection here. So let's look at a way of doing that. We'll open up the Portfolio Armor iPhone app, and in the symbol field, we'll type in BOIL, which is the symbol for that natural gas ETF. And for a number of shares, you can type in the number you have. Here, I'll put in 1,000 just for this example. And then for threshold, that depends on your risk tolerance, but for this example, let's try 25%. And we'll stick with our default time to expiration, which goes out approximately 6 months. And we'll tap Find Optimal Hedge. And we'll get an error message. No optimal put is available given the parameters you entered. The reason? Too expensive to hedge BOIL with puts. It would cost more than 25% of your position value to hedge against a greater than 25% decline in BOIL over the next several months. So we'll try capping BOIL's upside. Let's say we try 30% as a cap, and we scan for an optimal collar. We get an error message again, and the reason is there was no optimal collar with a cap that high. So what you can do is try to walk this down, but I've done this before, so I know the highest cap where you'll be able to find an optimal collar, and I believe that's at 26%. So I tap it, find optimal hedge. Now this is interesting. So we're presented with an optimal collar, and the interesting part is the net cost here as a percent of position value is 21.28%. That means that if you open this hedge, and to be conservative, we're calculating this cost using the ask price of the puts and the bid price of the calls. In reality, you'd probably be able to buy the puts at some price between the bid and ask, and the calls at some price between, you'd be able to sell them at some price between the bid and ask. So you'd collect a larger net credit than this, but here you can see the net credit would be $11,800. So in percentage terms, 21.28%. If you add it to the 26% cap, what that means is your upside potential here is really a gain of about 47% between now and March versus a maximum loss of 25%. So you can play around with this and use different risk tolerances or different times to expiration if you don't want to go out that far. For example, you can try looking at it in January, and as you can see, you get similarly attractive net cost here. But it's something to consider if you're long BOIL and you want to hold on for some more gains, but you don't want to give it all back.